Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your man, Mr. SK, all day Scrappy KILMORE. Welcome to Throwback Thursday. In this week's episode, we're going back to my childhood, guys. We're going back to my childhood. This is the game that started my video game addiction about 30 years ago. Unequivocally, undeniably, indubitably, one of the greatest video games, most influential video games ever made. The Nintendo Entertainment System. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be playing Super Mario Brothers. Don't forget, guys, while you're here, hit that like button, comment, let me know what you think, and if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. Let's get into this game. Normally, I don't like to do too many glitches or cheats or stuff like that, but we're going to hit warp zones on this. We're going to try and beat this game in this video. So let's get into it. We're going to go one-player game, World 1-1, Mario times 3. Let's do it, y'all. Man, I remember, I think it was my 5th birthday. I got my first NES system. My sister bought it for me, and I just got totally hooked. I was like, oh, you mother... I'm not cursing. I'm not cursing this game, y'all. Family friendly. See if I can remember all the secrets on this game. Haven't played it in a little while. I played it a couple of months ago, I think, but I haven't really done too much since then. Forget you guys. Give me a star. Oh, you bitch. There we go. Ah, I said I wasn't gonna curse. So much for that. So, I know just about everybody in the world has played this game. I want y'all to get proactive with me. Let me know in the comment section what your first memories of Super Mario Brothers are. Words can't describe how many days of my life were spent on this video game when I was a kid, man. It was if I wasn't playing football or baseball or whatever, I was glued to my black and white TV that I had when I was a kid because we didn't have much money, and it was playing Mario. So yeah, man, this game was a lot of fun, a lot of fun, and a lot of people, man, a lot of people don't really realize the significance of this game. See, back in 1983, give y'all a little history lesson. Back in 1983, there was a crash of video games just because your main console out at the time that was selling games was the Atari, what was it, the 2600 at that time? And they allowed so many third-party developers to just put games out that were trash that it was oversaturated and overpopulated with people tired of wasting their money. So the video game industry in America crashed. Like, it crashed hard. It was looking like it was going to be the end for video games. And then a little Japanese system hits the market. It's called the Nintendo Entertainment System. And one of its launch titles, its most successful title, as a matter of fact, the guy we're talking about goes on to be pretty much their spokesperson. That's what he is Nintendo's spokesperson. Super Mario Brothers comes out. It's a console release, and I'm not going to say single-handedly because I know other games helped out too, but it did a huge part in revitalizing and revamping the video game industry in America. It brought video games back into homes. People wanted to play video games more. People were buying video games, and that's why Nintendo was so successful. They had third-party developers, but a lot of those developers had to pretty much jump through hoops. You weren't going to put out, well, I'm not gonna go out and say you weren't gonna put out a trash game, because there were some trash games on Nintendo, but it was a lot harder to do for the NES than it was for, say, the Atari 2600. So you had a little more quality with it than, the Atari 2600. And Nintendo's been making games ever since. Not all of them have been quality, And sometimes I think about it like Nintendo's really, they're taking big steps, it seems, sometimes to hurt themselves as far as selling new video games nowadays. Like, they're not meeting the standards, which they're doing their own thing. They're trying to be, more family friendly, which they've always strived to be. I don't know if you guys remember, if all of you are old enough to remember when Mortal Kombat come out. Mortal Kombat was the most controversial game ever made when it come out. Just because of the blood and violence aspects of it. It had a lot of parents in uproar and all. Well, when it came out on the Super Nintendo, Nintendo had strict, and still has pretty strict guidelines, to where they didn't want no blood in the game. So if you got Mortal Kombat for Super Nintendo, it was a watered down version. You sucker! It was a watered down version of Mortal Kombat, like Sub-Zero's fatality, where he rips your head head and spinal cord out of your body. It was changed to where he just freezes you and backhand punches you and you just break. So they always tried to be a little more family friendly, and they're still doing it. But times are changing. Gaming, one of the biggest aspects of gaming is adults. I'm 30. Oh, we just died, y'all. I'm 34 years old. I'll be 35 come November. And, I game. Just about everybody I know games. Kids still game and all. And, but look at it really. Do the ESRB ratings even mean anything anymore? Because you play Call of Duty, the number one people cursing you out, in chat and all that is, the 12-year-olds cursing you out. So, do the ESRB ratings matter anymore? Does family-friendly content? I will say family-friendly content will always matter, but it's all up to, the parents of these kids. If they don't want to play these games, if they allow them to play these games, then what's the point? So, I guess what I'm trying to say is Nintendo's done things to kind of hurt themselves. It's kind of a good thing, they want to keep family values alive, which is good. But at the same time, they're hurting their profit margin. And I gotta respect a company that will hurt their profit margin for moral reasons. But another thing I think that hurts them, we've seen it with the launch of the Wii, the launch of the Wii U, and now the launch of the Switch. They completely just how should I put this? They understock or under prepare for a launch of their new system. Here we are, the Switch came out in, I believe, February. I could be wrong, y'all. But, oh my God, this was about to be over, y'all. We got 2 lives left. But anyway, I think it come out in February. I could be wrong. And it's still hard to get one now. And we're just about all the way through July. They don't produce enough. And it's like the whole Beanie Baby craze. Who remembers the Beanie Babies from the 90s? Things took off like hotcakes. People buying them, they selling out in stores, and people turn around selling them on eBay for $5,000-$6,000. And I mean, that's the same thing that goes on with the Nintendos. So I mean, they're hurting themselves in the long run. They'll get it together eventually, But I think they're doing all right. They could improve in a lot of ways. There's a lot of stuff they really need to improve on. And that's my biggest gripe about Nintendo. I've owned almost every Nintendo, not quite every one. I've never owned a GameCube. And like as far as their handhelds, I owned the original Game Boy, and that was it. And the Virtual Boy. Who remembers the Virtual Boy? Oh, I'm going back now. That thing sold horribly. It was the same kind of deal where, Nintendo's oh my God. I was right there, dude. But, no, Nintendo's a huge innovator. Nintendo has always been an innovator as far as, pushing the envelope on things you can do. I mean, when the Wii come out, everybody bought the Wii. Grandmothers in nursing homes were buying the Wii and playing the Wii. I mean, they've always been innovative, but to the point sometimes where they were ahead of their time when it comes to the Virtual Boy, and they made some bad decisions because LCD screens cost a little more back in the days than they do now, and they went the cheaper way out which didn't really save a whole lot of money because the Virtual Boys were still very expensive. I remember the only reason I got mine is because they discontinued them very quickly after launch because nobody was buying them because of how expensive they were. And I got mine, I think, from either KB Toys or Toys R Us for like, it was on sale for like $50, and it come with Virtua Tennis was the only game I had for it, and it just, they didn't produce no more games for it, and you know, that was about it. It was just, it was ahead of its time to the point, oh no, I almost lost it, y'all. Ahead of its time to the point where it hurt itself, you know. So I mean, I give Nintendo credit for always wanting to push the envelope. Now they got the Switch. The Switch, you hook the controllers into a iPad type deal, a tablet type deal, which I'll be quite honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of that. I think that's pretty not that good, so that's not a selling point for me. But I know that is one thing that a lot of people are buying it for, and I do plan to eventually get a Switch just to. Oh yeah, I need that. I need that. Need it in my life. Need it in my life. Need it in my life. One to you. Need that. Give it here. Alright, y'all. We got us another life. Best part about being short on this round. Oh, good thing we got that life. But yeah, like I said, I do eventually plan on getting the Switch. I'm gonna wait for the eBay sharks, you know, to finally cool off and they start getting them in stores more. And I mean, you're starting to see them in GameStop more, but oh shoot, I thought you could only get it that one time. Alright, sweet. Alright, good. But yeah, once they start being able to get them in stores more, I'm gonna get one. I don't feel like paying some rascal out in BFE, you know, $2,000 for a Nintendo Switch. I'm not gonna do that. I can't afford that. I'm just a simple man. Right in the face. Bullet in the face. No! Tell me that's not the last life. Alright, one more, y'all. We're not gonna beat this game. I doubt it. It's going pretty horrible. I'm talking too much about Nintendo. Giving y'all my opinion like it matters to somebody, you know. So I'm kind of not focusing here. Well, as long as we keep dying right there, you know, we'll get to keep going for a little while, I guess. As long as I don't pass that mushroom up, because I think you can leave it behind and then you. Oh no! I'm choking, y'all. I choked so hard on the game, it's got me choking for real. Anyway, we're going to call this a video. Don't forget, guys, while you're here, if you like what you just saw, if you like Super Mario Brothers, you like the Nintendo Entertainment System, hit that like button. Comment, let me know what you think. Let me know what you like about this game, what you liked about NES. What was your favorite NES game? If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. I got more content like this. Do a Throwback Thursday every week, a Free Game Friday every week. I try to do commentaries, live comments, try to do a little bit of everything. So you'll see a variety of stuff from me if you decide to subscribe, if you're not already subscribed. Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this video. It's your man, Mr. SK, all day, Scrappy Kilmore, and I'm out, y'all. Peace.